Hi guys, it's Jen. How's everybody doing today? It's Thursday, April 2nd, 2020. That's the moon up in the sky. It's 5 p.m. Eastern. Here, my usual neck of the matrix in Pennsylvania. So I had to walk to the dollar store because I need to get some things. And thank God the dollar store is still open because everywhere else is closed and I don't have a vehicle. So wherever I can get to that I can walk to is where I'm getting. It's super windy here today. I'm trying to cover the microphone of my phone here so that it's not all staticky, garbled. But I don't know how I'm doing, so hope it comes out okay. And look at that. Whew. It's chilly because of the wind. However, this sun is so beautifully warm. Funky looking clouds today. Shrouds. Oops, did I say shrouds? I meant clouds. No, I didn't. I meant shrouds. Sometimes. Yeah, so I had some cool downloads, especially on my walk over here. And hello and nice to meet you for anyone I haven't met thus far on the YouTube journey. I apologize for my appearance as usual. I always state this, but I recently found out that I have a skin condition known as Morgellons or Morgellons, I don't know. It's the closest I could find. There's a lot of misconceptions about the disease. It's not well understood at this point. It is rare, although cases have been increasing rapidly. There are also other groups that are conspiracy theorists that think that the bacteria causing the Morgellons, I like to say Morgellons, so I'm just going to say that it comes as a byproduct of waste from engineering labs, like biological. Just as a nuclear power plant, you'd have toxic sludge. So these factories of, labs and different things, theirs can be microscopic germs, dust, liquid, anything, plasma. Anyway, so I was getting a lot of stuff about humanity. Oh, by the way, today is 04/02/2020. That also makes it 424, and then if you go further and split that in half, it's 212. Those are the numbers that I'm being guided to share today. I also have a lot of Saturn's energy, Jupiter, Mars, Sagittarius. My dad's a Sagittarius. Sag dad and a Capricorn daughter. Button horns all the time. Truly, that is the truth. Saturn's kind of like a father figure in a way. Like, for Capricorn, that's the ruling planet of Capricorn is Saturn. And Saturn is like a teacher. He'll teach you lessons. Like he's he would be like the teacher that would have to watch in detention or something, And so if you're not willing to or ready, but you need to learn a lesson, Saturn's the planet that's going to teach it to you, like whether you like it or not. So, my advice is try to be ready. And with that being said, that's why I started this channel, was to just prepare everyone to the best of my ability for what was to come. And then people ask, well, how would you know what is to come? Because it was shown to me. And no one has really, to this point, yet understood what I've meant by that. It is just an ability to see outcomes of, let's use timelines for instance, okay? You have a timeline, and it's a multiple choice question, and you could choose A, B, or C. So you kind of run through each timeline and then figure out which one is going to be the best way to continue on going out of the never-ending labyrinth. It's the only way. Only a nerd's gonna get that one. A true nerd. Down to the core, man. I don't know. I'm getting lots of like warrior, centaur. That's coming from Sag. Protectors. I think men of the world are standing up at this point, protecting their women and protecting their families and protecting themselves and their animals if you got pets, or protecting your husband or whomever. Men of the world? Bravo. See, that's one thing about me, is like an intuitive empath, seer, psychic, or my bag just flew. That's how windy it is. Like, you can sense, it's like your feelers go on and you can sense everyone, everywhere. They could be across the whole, overseas, on the other side of the world. And you can tune into them and connect and pick up on what is going on. And sometimes that comes through in visions, or sometimes sounds, sometimes songs, sometimes numbers, sometimes shapes, sometimes colors, sometimes smells, sometimes what I thought were projections in my mind, but they were actually memories of things that I pulled up from the vault of my soul mind, which stores all its cumulative experiences, plural, into one file. You know, that's your whole soul. Like, a whole is made up by the sum of all its parts, you know. This human experience is just a fraction, that's all. Just a piece of the puzzle. So you want to make every piece, though, as good as you can, and as full as you can, and as whole as you can, and as pure as you can, because if you make good choices for this little piece, then the ones it comes in contact with around it are going to follow suit and do the same. Learn by example. That's why, like, with my sons, I'm a mom of 3. And I'm Jen, by the way. I forgot to finish my sentence earlier. Nice to meet you. Rain Man. That's what I always say. So it's hard for me to use words because they're very slow. And everything that comes through in my mind is very rapid. So I have to be very mindful of not being interrupted or and things like that. It takes a lot in my day just to do what other people would consider is normal, like that everyone should be able to just naturally do. Takes a multitude of tasks and focus and mindfulness beforehand to even get to the point where I could even accomplish that. So that lesson in life has taught me a little bit about patience, a lot of bit about patience. Yeah, patience, definitely. Oh, man, because I like being being a Capricorn, which is a fraction, a piece of who I am, being me with a high intellect, like genius, they labeled me, got that fraction. Being autistic, they label, you know, or depressed, or what did they say was the other one? Oh, bipolar. label. That's a little fraction piece, like, but that's not all of the whole of who I am completely. Those were and some are things that, you know, I have conquered and overcome, I am still yet dealing with, or that I'll eventually learn a lesson of or something, you know. But either way, that's the awesome thing about Saturn is Saturn gives me the you're getting it done whether you like it or not, crack the whip. And Capricorn, hybrid by the way, yay. Not already a misfit freak already, which freak I mean in reference to the band Korn. Okay, like Freak on a Leash. It's like my Lifetime theme song, but this freak took that leash off a long time ago. Yeah, I don't conform. I don't know. I spent a lot of years trying to fit in with people to be accepted, and it very nearly killed me, literally. So, nope. I like being myself. And so a lot was coming through with my origin and life experience history and, you know, things like that. And I'm thinking, oh, shit. And I was like, oh, man. They're all either gonna freaking hate me or love me or what, you know. There's like no gray area with this one, man. So not gonna say anything yet because I gotta still process because it's hilarious. But I gotta tell you guys one thing. God's funny. Like, like almost not as bad as we sarcastic assholes. Like, I use sarcasm and smartassery, I call it. I like that kind of humor. I prefer that. God doesn't go, he's not like snotty about it, like where he'll keep a straight face like we do. And we'll have just made like the hugest joke that'll fly over somebody's head and we're like trying not to laugh. Like, God's not like that. That's the horn goat part of the Capricorn right there, okay? But being that I'm a hybrid, I also have a sea serpent tail too, so we'll get to that later. Ha. Anyways, so anywho, God's more like, you know, it's sarcasm, but it's gentle sarcasm, but it's funny. And so I was like, props. I'm impressed. All right. I can't tell you guys though yet. I don't think I can. Oh, and that's the other thing. See, about some of the downloads and messages, visions, dreams, whatever you want to call them, label. What I see in my inner vision, what I'm shown, sometimes I am told with that not to say anything, to keep it to myself. It's not time yet. Like, hold on, when it's time, we'll go back to that. And I'm like, okay. Other times it's like, get on the camera right away, and I'm like, oh crap, okay. So it depends on what it is. Anyways, so I just want lots of the number 4s coming through, lots of the number 7, the number 76 is coming through heavy. The sun, solar energies, you guys can combat if you want to this COVID crapola with tones and frequencies at certain hertz levels. Also, you can use turmeric, cinnamon, you can use vinegar, you can use bath salts and draw the toxins out of your feet. You can also use eucalyptus, frankincense, crystals, of course. But for those, if you don't know, gemstones and crystals, absolutely, if they're correctly charged, can purify your environment. And that also protects against electromagnetic frequencies or pulses, which are tones that are subliminal that your regular ear can't really perceive hearing, but your subliminal picks up on the tone whether you're aware that you hear it or not. It works like that. And it can protect your environment against that. Some people use white noise like fans and such. But you have to think innovation if there's all this talk about the power going off and everything. So, which I do believe it will, just based on solar events alone. I believe the power grid will be affected. Just based on that alone. That's not rocket science to me. But maybe it is to others. I don't know. Not being rude. I'm not trying to be rude either with that when I said that, by the way. Okay, so we got aircraft. And welcome to the life of a targeted individual. I love you guys. Peace, everybody. We'll get back at this later.